Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, virtually, of course, to the Harrington Center here on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University for tonight's Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference matchup between the visiting Grizzlies of Franklin College and your Mount St. Joseph Lions. Tonight's matchup features the teams currently in 6th and 7th place in the HCAC standings. Franklin comes in 6th, the Mount in 7th. At this point, the top 6 teams in the HCAC standings are locked in for the HCAC tournament that will be held at the number 1 seed, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. Very good chance that will either end up Anderson or Manchester. Not positive on that one as of today. They play to finish the season against each other Friday night, so could all come down to that Friday night matchup. Tonight's matchup, let's quickly go over these two teams' seasons and the last time they played. The Lions are coming in off of a 75-67 loss here in the Harrington Center against Earlham on Saturday. Tough game. Lions had a pair of times where they cut that lead all the way down to 2 in the second half, but were unable to get back and take the lead, overcome that. Franklin comes into the game again 9-7 in the HCAC. Their last game was a 63-59 win over Bluffton on Saturday. That was a game where Bluffton twice had an opportunity to go up late. They actually led late. Were unable to put it away. That win clinched Franklin a spot in the HCAC tournament. So they're just playing for seeding at this point. Theoretically, they could climb as high as probably 3rd. Best case scenario with a win tonight and a win again on Friday. Franklin comes into the game led by Carter Crow. Crow plays 31 minutes a night, shooting 49% of the season, 44% from 3, 70%, averaging 12.4 points per game. They're led in the middle by Lynn King. King, 48% from the field, 31% from 3, 10.9 points and 8.2 rebounds per game. The Lions are led by Luke Collinsworth. Luke averages 14.8 despite only playing 24 minutes a game. He shoots 50% from the field, 29% from 3, and 78% from the free throw line. 5.1 rebounds per game. Their second leading scorer is Dane Gardner. Second leading active scorer is Dane Gardner, averaging 10.2 points a game, 5 rebounds on 41% shooting. Last time these two teams played at Franklin earlier this year, Franklin were the winners by a score of 65-53. Quickly, we're going to step away really quick for the national anthem, then we'll come back and introduce you to our starting lineups for this evening's contest. All right, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Grizzlies of Franklin College. Let's see. At guard number 11 is Cody Samples, a 6'1 sophomore out of Versailles, Indiana. At forward, number 13, a sophomore, 6'4 out of South Bend, Indiana, Lynn King. At forward,
6'5" senior from Greenwood, Indiana, Carter Crow. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore out of Indianapolis, Indiana, Ryan Bostic. And at forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Union, Kentucky, Jacob Deere. Now for the Lions, at guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Plainfield, Indiana, Dane Gardner. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Morrow, Ohio, Jack Kohler. At guard, a 5'9" junior from Cincinnati, Ohio, Elder High School, Willard Cluxton. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Northfield, Ohio, Evan Weehee. And the man in the middle from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, 6'7" sophomore, number 45, Luke Collinsworth. This will be a little bit of a test of wills here for the Lions tonight. They are mathematically eliminated from participating in the HCAC tournament. Top 6 teams, as we talked about a minute ago, make that tournament, but the Lions are out of that with that loss to Earlham on Saturday. So it's been a little bit of a difficult week of practice probably for Coach Kerrigan and the Lions, trying to stay motivated when you don't have a lot to play for. But this is a young team outside of, we had senior day on Saturday, outside of Weehee, Kohler, and Brandon Barber, all underclassmen on this Lions squad. So if Coach Kerrigan can keep this group together, there's definitely some talent to build for the future, starting with the 2 guys that will play the post quite a bit tonight. Luke Collinsworth and Dane Gardner, both sophomores. And, the guy that's out injured right now, their second leading scorer on the season, in Kelvin Turner. We are underway here. Franklin controls the opening tip. That's Lynn. Lynn gets it off to Bostic. Bostic with the 18-foot pull-up jump shot knocks it in. Quick 2-0 lead there for Franklin. We'll also be keeping you abreast of the Lions versus Franklin women's game at Franklin this evening. Currently, Mount leads 25-21. Luke Collinsworth with a big step-back 3 from the left elbow. It's a good shot from Luke to get him going early. This is Deere. Deere to Bostic. Bostic left-hand dribble, kicks it around to Lynn. King kicks it to the corner. 3-point shot by Samples, comes up short. Give Dane Gardner the rebound. Nice tip there by Collinsworth. Kohler thinks about pulling up on the break. Gets it into Collinsworth in the post. Collinsworth over the right shoulder. Beats the double team. Samples try to come over and double team. He was a little late. Good play there by Luke Collinsworth. 5 quick points for Big Luke. Samples, left-hand dribble back to the top of the key. Gets it off to Deere. Similar action to what the Lions run off that Princeton elbow. Lynn King bullies Dane Gardner into the post. Nice little big play there by Lynn King. Bullies his way to the basket. 5-4, the score is in favor of the Lions. Willard Cluxton brings it up. Gets it off to Collinsworth. Collinsworth has the ball knocked away from him by Deere. Has it knocked away again. Gets it back. Gets it off to Weehee. Weehee back to Collinsworth. Weehee back cut. Kohler in the corner. Collinsworth rolls it in. Up. Didn't get it to go. Comes down with his over rebound. Goes up. Gets absolutely hammered. No call. Franklin comes the other way. Lynn King, their leading rebounder, leads the break. That's a big something that most D3 teams can't do. Bostic missed that corner 3. Deere comes down with the rebound. He's got a little bit of a mismatch on Weehee. Weehee, good defense. King comes down with an offensive board. This is the 3rd shot at the bucket here for Franklin on this possession. Bostic dribbles it out top. Gets it off to Samples. Samples into the paint, guarded by Gardner. Gets it off to King. King crossover, pull up, misses. Great box out there by Kohler. It's a fantastic defensive stop there for the Lions. Had to stop him 3 times. Gardner, Weehee, looking for Collinsworth in the post. Deere almost takes it away. Nice cross-court pass there by Collinsworth. Gets it off to Kohler. Just rims out. Give Bostic the rebound. Around a pick from Deere. Bostic gets on Luke. Left-hand drip. Left-hand layup there. Knocked away. Cluxton comes down with the board. Gets it off to Weehee in the corner. Weehee probably got away with a travel. Finds Kohler opposite corner. Comes up short. Kohler follows his own shot. Gets the rebound. Had a shot there to put it up. Finds Collinsworth at the top of the key. Misses. Give Crow the rebound. Samples races the other way. Cluxton gets in his way. Nice stop there by Cluxton. Luke almost comes down with the defensive rebound, but Crow does. Crow over left shoulder. Turnaround jumper misses. Gardner down with the rebound for the Lions. Pretty quick pace of this game to start. Cluxton rolls it into Collinsworth. Collinsworth around Deere. Samples comes around for the double. We're going to get a foul on Samples on that double team. Collinsworth will go to the line to shoot a pair. Again, we talked earlier, Collinsworth a fantastic free throw shooter, shooting 78% on the year. The Lions as a team shoot almost 74%, so it's a good free throw shooting squad. Collinsworth up and good. A host of subs for Franklin checking in. Logan Hudgens, Jack Hendricks, and Trey Flatt. Taking a seat are Bostic, Deere, and Samples. Collinsworth makes a second. Lions lead 7-4. Hendricks pushes it way up the floor. Gets it to Hudgens. Back to... This is Lynn King. Lynn King to Hudgens. Hudgens to Crow, left elbow extended. Back to Hudgens. Nice quick pass there to Lynn King. Fantastic steal there by Willard Cluxton. Snuck in behind King. Took it away. Gardner races the other way. Takes it straight to Hudgens. Nice little Euro step kind of move. Lays it up and in. Good play there by Dean. 9-4 Lions lead. Hendricks to King. King to Crow. Crow to Flat. Flat up top keep. Gets it off to Hudgens. Elbow extended. Flat. Dribbles into the paint. Has it knocked away by Kohler. Gets it off to Lynn King. Lynn King tries to get into the paint. Hendricks to King. King left block. Little fall-away shot. Misses. Collinsworth comes down with the rebound for the Lions. Lions are playing good defense here early in this game. Cluxton to Collinsworth to Kohler. Cluxton, right-hand dribble into the paint. Gets it off to Weehee in the corner. Weehee picks up his dribble in a tough spot. Gets it out to Kohler between the circles. Kohler looking for Collinsworth at the top of the key. Weehee around a pick from Collinsworth. Gets it back. Weehee's going to have to put it up. 3 seconds on the shot clock. We're going to get a foul on Lynn King on the three-point shot by Weehee. I'm gonna call that one a touch ticky-tack. So we're going to step away for our first media timeout. Mount St. Joseph leads 9-4. All right, we're back here. Mount St. Joseph leads 9-4. Host the subs on both sides. Weehee is the only person who remains in the game for the Lions. He's obviously at the free throw line taking these free throws. Checking in is Nate Kratzer, Matthew Manager, Josh Pate, Alex Totten, and Danny Austin is at the scorer's table to check in for Weehee. Franklin makes a couple of subs as well. Jalen Lowe comes into the game. And Nathaniel Hoffman, a 6'5 freshman from Jeffersonville, Indiana. Weehee makes the first. Misses the second. Again, 3-point free throw here. Doesn't happen a ton. Got to make these. Weehee up for his third. Makes it. So that brings in Danny Austin. Those are Weehee's first and second points of the ball game. Lions lead 11-4. Hoffman gets it in. Hendricks. Hendricks off to Flat. Flat back to Hendricks. They break the Lions' token pressure. Flat gets it out to Hoffman, top of the key. Gets it off to Hendricks. Hendricks, nice little crossover on Austin. Gets into the bucket. That's a nice little right-handed move there by Hendricks. Just took Danny Austin straight to the front of the rim and laid it up and in. Bate working against Lowe. Love, I apologize. I read that wrong. Austin, right elbow, looking for Kratzer on the curl cut. Gets it out to Bate at the top of the key. Bate hands it off to Manager. Being guarded by Love. Love pushes him way out further than he wants to be. Manager gets it to Bate. Under 10 on the shot clock here. Bate has an opportunity. Gets it off to Kratzer, top of the key. Kratzer running layup, misses off the rim, or off the backboard. Going to go down as a shot clock violation. His second unit for the Lions will guard you, but there's not a ton of offense on it right now. We have a junior in Bate, but everybody else out there is a freshman or sophomore. Hendricks brings it across to Flat. Flat to Hoffman, top of the key. Gets it off to Hudgens. Hudgens to Flat. Flat falls down. Turns it over. Kratzer comes away with the steal. Kratzer going to try to go all the way. Nice head fake there by Nate. Lays it up and in. Really good job there by Kratzer to not travel. I thought he was going to drag that second foot, but he didn't. Hendricks brings it across to Franklin. Franklin has a very similar action at the top of their set to get started to the Lions. Hendricks crossover on Austin. Pulls up, lays it up and in. Danny played that pretty well, but Hendricks got to the spot he wanted to get to, and Danny couldn't do much about it. Hendricks, a sophomore from Kettering, Ohio. Bate brings it across, gets it off to Kratzer at the elbow. Kratzer to Manager. Manager around a screen from Kratzer, gets it off to Totten. Totten back to Manager. Manager, dribble hand off to Bate. Bate to Totten, top of the key. Gets it off to Kratzer in the high post. Kratzer had a shot at Austin. Cutting. Kratzer, nice little up and under move there. He got Hoffman off his feet and was able to put it up and in. Maybe got away with a little bit of an offensive foul, but we'll take it. Hendricks brings it back across. Hudgens tries to give it back to Hendricks. Hendricks falling down, gets it off the Flat. Flat being guarded by Bate. We have Hendricks now between the circles, resetting the offense. Flat, pull up, misses. Kratzer comes down with the board for the Lions. Kratzer gets it off to Bate. Bate to Manager, to Totten. Totten gets it into Kratzer in the post. Kratzer singled. Austin resets the post. Love comes around, takes it away from Kratzer. That's not being very aware. But Bate with the steal on the Franklin attempt at a fast break opportunity. Love was looking for Flat there on the back cut. Bate took it away. Bate, right elbow, gets it to Kratzer. Kratzer dribble handoff. That's a foul on Hudgens, or Hendricks, not called. Kratzer to Bate. Bate going to try to get downhill. Gets it off to Totten, left elbow. Rainbow shot misses. Manager comes down with the offensive board. Kicks it out to Bate with the new shot clock. They're going to reset it. Nice move by Danny Austin to get to the rim. That was a really good move by Danny Austin. That's a kid on this second unit that could really figure out how to score as his career progresses here at the Mount. Hendricks off to Hoffman. Hoffman to Hudgens, top of the key, back to Hendricks. Hendricks going to pull from about 24 feet and drills it. I give Hendricks 7 points off the bench. Not much you can do about that from a defensive standpoint if you're Coach Kerrigan and Danny Austin. Bate gets tripped by Flat in the open court. We go down. I don't think Flat thought it was a foul on him, but we'll take it. We're going to go to our second media timeout, under 12 here. All right, we'll be right back after this. All right, we're back here. Wholesale changes for Franklin and the Mount, actually. Both teams going back pretty much with their starters. Save for Franklin has Malachi Archie in with the other 4 starters from the Lions. It's Cluxton, Collinsworth, Weehee, Gardner, and Kohler. A little bit of a 3-2 zone here look from Franklin. It's very extended. Finds Gardner in the high post to Kohler in the corner. Back to Cluxton. Cluxton thinks about the 3. Gets it off to Weehee. Gets it to Collinsworth in the post. Collinsworth going to go over that left shoulder. Nice pass to Gardner. Really good pass there by Luke. Something Luke has struggled with this year has been passing out of the double team, and he's done a really good job of it on a couple occasions tonight. Franklin works the other way. This is Deere. Deere gets it into Crow in the post. Crow gets away with a travel and lays it up and in with the right hand. Not sure if he had the ball knocked away from him or not, but if he didn't, that was definitely a travel. So 19-16, Lions lead the Grizzlies. Weehee off the right elbow, gets it to Gardner. Gardner tries to get to the top. Guarded by Archie. Gets it up. Dane going to try to back his way all the way to the bucket. Tries to find Cluxton opposite, knocked away. Collinsworth with it at the top of the key. Gets it in. We're going to get a block on Archie. It's going to come before the shot. That'll be Archie's first foul as he just checked into the game. And the team's 4th for Franklin. The Mount yet to commit a personal foul. Lions get a fresh 20 seconds. Weehee catches off the pass from Cluxton, bangs it in. Give Weehee 4. Franklin comes the other way. Archie to Crow. Crow to King off the left elbow. Gets it back to Crow at the top of the key. Crow working against Weehee, trying to bully his way to the bucket. Weehee doing a good job to keep him away. Has to kick it back out to King. King between the circles. Being guarded by Gardner. Gets it back off to Bostic. We're going to have our first foul on the Lions. That's going to go against Evan Weehee with the push. Give Franklin a new 20-second shot clock. That's the Lions' first foul as a team. Franklin gets the ball in. Bostic to King. King to Deere at the post. Deere going to work on Collinsworth. Dips the shoulder in. We're going to get a rebounding loose ball foul on Gardner. That's a tough call on Dane. Collinsworth played fantastic defense there on Deere in the post. So second foul here in the Lions. Obviously, that's Gardner's first. Second foul on this trip. Hadn't committed one in 11 minutes. Inbound pass knocked away by Cluxton. Unable to finish the steal. Archie from straight away misses it. Cluxton comes down with the rebound. Cluxton brings the Lions the other way. Up 21-13 as we get just under 9 minutes. Inbound pass to the post almost taken away by Franklin. Lions get it back, work it around. They almost have another pass to the post taken away. So Samples checks back in here for Deere. Franklin's going to go small. This puts Lynn King guarding Collinsworth. King only about 6'4", Collinsworth about 6'7". Yeah, that's a foul there on Archie. Nice entry pass there by Collinsworth, trying to get it into Gardner. Archie reaches around. So that's his second quickly. 5th foul on the Grizzlies. Lions taking the ball out. Baseline right. Cluxton finds Weehee. Weehee being guarded by Samples. Weehee with the little turnaround. Misses it. Gardner comes down with the offensive rebound, lays it back up and in. Bostic had that rebound for Franklin, and it was taken away by Gardner. What are we? We're having a shot clock issue here. I'm really surprised they stopped play there. Carter Crow had a pretty wide open run to the front of the rim there, and the official stopped it to fix the shot clock. I think if I'm Franklin, I'd have rather had the shot at the layup. So King has the ball, finds Crow in the corner. Crow around a pick from King, being guarded by Gardner. Gardner in his face. Oh, we're going to get a really late whistle there. It's 100% a foul. It's a great call, but it was, the whistle was way, way, way late. So that's Dane's second foul, third foul on the team. I don't understand why the shot clock's at 30. The ball didn't hit the rim. Crow misses the first. Menninger going to check in here for Gardner. Looked like Coach Kerrigan was going to go a little platoon system tonight, but foul trouble will change that. Crow makes the second. 70% shooter on the year. Cluxton gets the ball back. Lines up by 9 here as we go under 8 minutes to play. Collinsworth hands it off to Weehee. Weehee hands it off to Kohler. Kohler back to Cluxton. Finds Collinsworth in the high post. Collinsworth straight to the front of the rim. He gets fouled, rolls his ankle, and they do not stop the play. We have a steal here by the Lions. Collinsworth is down. Coach Kerrigan is not very happy with the no foul call. It's a media timeout here. We'll step away. All right, we're back here. Lions will have the ball coming out of this media timeout. Luke Collinsworth is receiving treatment currently. Was able to walk off the floor under his own power with the help of Matt Shear, our athletic trainer. But checking in for Luke will be Nate Kratzer. So for the Lions coming out, it's Cluxton, Weehee, Kohler, Kratzer, Menninger. Franklin comes out with a little bit of pressure. Little 2-1-2 zone press. Lions break it with just under 20 seconds on the shot clock. Kratzer in the high post. Dribble handoff to Cluxton. Gets it back to Kratzer. Gets it off to Cluxton for the three. Bang! Willard Cluxton! Big shot there from Willard. Willard only a just under 19% shooter from three on the year. Carter Crow catches it around a screen from Lynn. Dribbles in, misses the left hand or the shot off the left side. Franklin able to get another offensive rebound. This is Samples dribbling in right hand. Kohler, nice little move there by Samples. Misses it short. Nice rebound by Matthew Menninger. The Lions are playing good defense. They got to continue to rebound there on the defensive end. Menninger to Weehee, looking for Kratzer in the post. Being guarded by a smaller man in Crow. Kratzer able to find the front of the rim, but he was doubled there by Samples. Tries to pass out. He made the right call, just probably a beat late trying to get it to Cluxton. 14 seconds on the shot clock as the Lions will inbound. Weehee to inbound. Gets it into Cluxton. Cluxton around a pick from Menninger. Tries to find. He does find Kratzer in the low post. There's King's coming over to help Kratzer. Oh, we're going to get a travel called on Kratzer. He shuffled his feet a little bit there as he tried to go up for that layup. So Franklin Trailing by 12, heads the other way. This is Bostic. Bostic around Cluxton. Finds Crow in the corner. Misses it. Oh, Samples beats his man to the front of the rim. That's a great effort play there by Cody Samples. Just runs right around Jack Kohler, comes up with a rebound, and lays it right back up and in. Kohler for the deep three. Misses. Weehee comes down with the rebound, kicks it right back to Kohler. Kratzer in the high post. Gets it off to Manager. Manager back to Kratzer. Kratzer is blocked by King. Franklin the other way. This is Bostic. Yeah, we're going to get an offensive foul on Bostic. Willard was in great defensive positioning there. I was going to say, I think they fixed the scoreboard. We had a bucket go up on the wrong side. So it is a 10-point game. That'll be the first foul on Bostic, team sixth. Checking in for Franklin is Hudgens and their leading scorer in this game, Hendricks. Lions dealing with the Franklin pressure again. Do get it across. That pressure is giving Lions not a lot of time to run their offense, which is an offense that can take a while to create open looks. Cluxton being guarded by Bostic, gets it off to Weehee. Weehee misses the three. Kohler comes down with the offensive rebound, reset the shot clock. Weehee, Kratzer, top of the key, gets it off to Weehee. Weehee finds Kohler in the corner, back to Weehee at the top of the key. Weehee left-hand dribble, finds Manager in the corner. Manager to Kohler, back to Manager. Nice head fake to Weehee in the corner. Misses it. Oh, Manager almost comes down with the offensive rebound, but Hendricks comes down with it for Franklin. Races the other way, being guarded by Cluxton. Oh, nice pass there. Bostic finds Hudgens in the post, but Hudgens with the right-handed hook shot misses. Cluxton comes down with the rebound, racing the other way for the Lions. Cluxton has it knocked away. Kratzer in the high post. Weehee back to Kratzer. Dribble hand off to Cluxton. Cluxton thinks about the three, finds Kohler in the corner. Kohler being guarded by Samples. Gets it to Kratzer. Oh, backdoor cut by Jack. Nice layup. Fantastic pass by Nate Kratzer. Really, really good there. Samples has it the other way. Franklin trying to get back in this game. They're down 12. Hudgens just outside the three-point line. Finds Hendricks. Hendricks goes around Weehee. Nice little left-handed layup. I really like the game of young Jack Hendricks. 5'11 sophomore. Cluxton comes the other way. Kratzer. Oh, Weehee was wide open under the bucket. Kratzer missed him. Kratzer for three. Misses it. Hudgens comes down with the board for Franklin. Bostic. Samples to Hendricks. Hendricks gets it to Hudgens at the elbow. Hudgens hands it off to Crow. Crow being guarded by Manager. Manager, fantastic job to beat Crow to the spot there. Looked like Crow was going to be able to beat him to the bucket. So, Bostic to Samples. Samples with the deep three. Bangs it in. Cuts the Lions lead to 7 as we get to just about 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Cannot have a letdown right now if you're Coach Kerrigan's Lions. Weehee being guarded by Samples. Gets it back to Cluxton. Dribble handoff to Manager. Bostic is guarding him. Kohler. Franklin is switching every one of these dribble handoffs. Makes it really difficult for the Lions to run their offense. Kohler from straight away. I thought he was going to pull that. Oh, tries to go with the behind-the-back pass. Manager, little Larry Bird type shot. Misses. Kratzer comes down with the rebound. He swiped that 3 or 4 times. No call. That's not good. Hendricks goes the other way. That's another offensive foul. But we're not going to call it. We're going to call it a foul on. I don't know who they're calling it on. They're going to call that foul on Evan Weehee, his second, team's fourth. And we are at the final first half media timeout. All right, coming out of this final media timeout, 2:29 here to play in the first half. Lions lead 28-21. Checking in for the Lions, that's second unit. A little bit of a change here with Collinsworth out a little bit. It looks like he's returned to the bench, so he might be able to play. Brandon Barber has checked in with the second unit, so you go Bate, Austin, Totten, Barber, and Menninger. Flat has it off to Love. Love gets it into the post to Deere. Deere goes to work on Barber. Barber defended that pretty well, but Deere's able to lay it up and in. And quickly, it's a 5-point game. Bate being guarded by Love. Bate able to get it across. Gets it off to Austin. Austin to Totten. Almost a backcourt violation. Totten gets it to Barber at the elbow. Barber travels. So 28-23 here. Minute 57 to go in the first half. Franklin with the ball. Flat. Gets it off to Hoffman. Hoffman to Crow. Crow now being guarded by Totten. Gets it into Deere in the post. Franklin looks like they like this matchup. And Deere lays it up and in quickly. So the last two times down the floor, the Grizzlies have scored, and they have cut the Lions' 10-point lead quickly down to 3. Lions need a bucket in the worst way. Barber to Totten. Totten fakes it out, gets it to Austin, gets it to Bate. Bate back to Austin, back to Bate. Austin was open in the corner for the shot there. Barber dribble handoff to Bate. Bate tries to kick it to Menninger in the corner. Love lays it up and in. It's a 1-point game. Franklin on a 9-0 run right now. Bate beats the pressure from Flat. We have 1 minute to go here in the first half. Around a screen from Barber, Bate gets downhill, gets bumped. Oh, almost gets the and one. Bate will go to the line for a pair. That foul is on Deere, his first, team 7th. Collinsworth has returned to the scorer's table to check in. He'll check in here on the second free throw. Bate up and misses. Collinsworth back in for the Lions. Checking back in for Franklin is Bostic. So on the floor for Franklin, Bostic, Flat, Deere, Crow, and Love. Bate with the second free throw. Makes it. So give the Lions a 2-point lead. Lions with a little bit of token pressure. Bostic finds Flat, and they quickly get it across the timeline. Flat gets it to Love, top of the key, being guarded by Totten. To Crow. Crow in the post to Deere. Deere, it's a little bit different trying to score on Big Luke down there. That's got to be a jump ball. That's got to be a jump ball. That's got to be a jump ball. He's going to call a foul on Alex Totten. That is not the right call. That ball was tied up for 3 seconds before he called the foul on Totten. That's a really tough call on Alex. Give him his first foul, team's 5th. Lucky for the Lions, they're not in the bonus at this point. Franklin inbounds the ball to Crow. Crow gets it off to Bostic. Bostic being guarded by Bate. 13 on the shot clock for Franklin. Bostic around a screen from Deere. Gets the ball to Deere. Deere goes to work on Collinsworth. Left hand layup, misses. Totten comes down with the rebound. Coach Kerrigan's Lions are going to hold for the final shot here of the first half. 11 seconds to go here. Menninger to Bate. Bate gets it into Collinsworth. Has Deere on his back. Nice spin. Goes to that right hand. Oh yeah, we'll get a foul called with 0.5 seconds to go. Menninger smartly, as he gets that rebound, tries to lay it up and in to beat the clock, and he gets fouled. That foul will go against Trey Flat, his second, team's 8th. Menninger goes to the line. Misses the first. Menninger that was only his 10th free throw attempt of the year. He is 7 for 11. The shot will count if it goes. It was closer than I expected it to be. All right, so at the end of the first half, Mount St. Joseph leads 30-27. Did a good job there. Franklin went on a 9-0 run to get a stop and a score. to end the half. Lions will come out leading in the second half. We'll be back with second half action in about 10 minutes. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here. I apologize for the inconvenience. We had some technical difficulties. Someone kicked out our plugged-in our plugged-in computer that runs the stream. We will not have a scoreboard on the stream the rest of the evening. So I will try to give you updates as often as I can. 42-37 Lions, just over 15 minutes to play here in the second half. That'll go down as a turnover on Franklin. I'll try to quickly catch you up. We are headed for our first media timeout of the second half. So coming out of the halftime break, the Lions led 30-27 to come out of the break. Cluxton got the scoring started for Mount St. Joseph with a 2-point jump shot. Evan Weehee then added a 3 to push the Lions' lead to 35-27. Lynn King scored on a layup for Franklin to make it 35-29. Collinsworth with a layup to push the lead back to 8 for the Mount. Deere followed that with a jump shot. Dane Gardner missed a 3. Collinsworth pulled down an offensive rebound. Missed a putback. Deere comes down with the rebound for Franklin. A couple seconds later, Bostic driving layup gets it to 37-33. Then Bostic hits a jumper to cut the lead to 2. Totten answers right away with a 3-point shot off the assist from Collinsworth. King then goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And then Totten made a driving layup. That gets it to 42-27. A layup missed from King on the last possession. Gets the ball back to the Lions here, and the Lions are going the other way. Now Josh Matei gets it off to Collinsworth in the high post. Collinsworth looking for Totten. Love with a nice steal. Collinsworth made a tough play, and quickly Kratzer's off the bench to get Luke. Hendricks with the deep 3, bangs it in. Quickly cuts the Lions' lead to 2. That's a bad possession there for the Lions, a turnover to a 3. Matei brings it the other way. Gets it off to Collinsworth at the elbow. Collinsworth hands it off to Totten. Totten to Kohler. Kohler to Menninger, right elbow. Looking for Collinsworth in the post. Kohler also looking for Collinsworth in the post. Gets it off to Totten. Totten tries to get it to Collinsworth. It's taken away by Crow. Crow goes the other way. Good defense there by Totten, but Lynn King comes down with the rebound. As he goes up, Batey takes it away from him. Totten comes down with the board. Totten, that pass was telegraphed and really late. Tries to get it up the floor to Collinsworth. Kratzer's going to check in for Luke. Austin checking in for Totten. So for the Lions right now, it's Danny Austin, Josh Batey, Nate Kratzer, Jack Kohler, and Matthew Menninger. Austin gets it into Kratzer. Kratzer being guarded by King. Gets it back to Austin between the circles. Gets it to Kratzer. Kratzer hands it off to Austin. Austin around a pick from Kratzer. Gets it off to Kohler. Back to Austin. Austin penetrating dribble. Gets it off to Menninger. Menninger to the front of the rim. Nice little floater from Matthew Menninger. Those two have played together their whole lives. That's a nice little 1-2 punch for the future there for Coach Kerrigan. King the other way. Hands it off to Hendricks. Hendricks gets into the paint and just lays it up and in. Hendricks is a really tough matchup for these Lions. Smaller guard, really quick, really strong. give Hendricks 14 points off the bench. Bate comes the other way, gets it all across the timeline. Bate around a pick from Kratzer, gets it back from Austin. Dribble handoff to Menninger. Menninger tries to go to the paint again. Gets it to Kohler in the corner. Jack just misses. Menninger tips it out to Bate. Bate thinks about the three, gets it off to Austin. That's a spot where later in his career, Danny will probably pull that shot and shoot a three. Kratzer in the post, gets it off to Austin. Back to Kratzer. Doubled there by Love. Love, gets it out. Menninger, how is that not a foul? How is that not a foul? That is really tough. Fantastic play by Menninger. Fantastic play. Nice head fake. Gets it up and in. Hendricks being guarded by Kohler now. Hendricks dribbles it in, gets it into the paint, kicks it off to Crow in the left corner. Back to Hendricks. Misses it short. Kohler comes down with the rebound. Bodies are all over the floor. Lions secure and come the other way with a 4-point lead. 46-42 Mount St. Joseph. Just under 13 minutes to play. Kratzer in the post. Going to work on King. Gets it off to Kohler. Kohler for three. Misses it short. King comes down with the rebound. Franklin thinks about the outlet pass. Kohler did a good job of getting back after missing the shot. King gets it off. I think that's Bostic. Bostic drills a three. Franklin takes a quick timeout. And that will not be our media timeout. 12:38 here to play in the second half. Mount St. Joseph 46, Franklin 45. It is a full timeout, though. We will be back right after this. All right, we're back here. Same lineup for the Lions coming out of the break. Franklin made some changes. For Franklin, it's Samples, Love, Hendricks, Crow, and Deere. Menninger to inbound, baseline right. Gets it off to Bate. Bate lets him clear. And at this rate, he's going to have a little trouble getting it across. Bate beats the timeline with a second to spare. Bate gets it to Kratzer on the elbow, being laid on by Deere. Kratzer turns it over, gets it to Love. Love goes the other direction, lays it up and in. I don't understand how that's not a foul either. That should have 100% been an and one for Franklin. They have wholesale changes here for the Lions. Bate beats the pressure, finds Austin. Austin to Kratzer. Kratzer does a good job of clearing himself some space, gets the rebound back. Finds Kohler. Kohler gets to Bate. Bate to Austin. Austin travels on the catch. That'll take us to the media timeout. We'll be right back after this timeout. All right, we're back here. Coming out of the under 12-minute media timeout wholesale changes again for the Lions. The only line that will remain on the floor is Matthew Menninger for the Lions. They go Willard Cluxton, Evan Weehee, Dane Gardner, Matthew Menninger, and Big Luke Collinsworth. Franklin has the ball up 1, 47-46, 11:55 to go. Bostic gets it off to Samples. Samples to Hendricks. Hendricks to Crow. Deer at the top of the key. Gets it off to Bostic. Finds Crow at the top of the key. Back to Hendricks. I'm sorry, that's Bostic with another 3. Franklin is pushing the lead out to 4. Gardner going to bring it up himself. Does a good job. Now get it back to Cluxton to restart the offense. It's been a struggle for the Lions to score it here in the second half. Looking for Gardner in the post. Weehee around a pick from Collinsworth. Gets it to Gardner at the top of the key. To Menninger. Menninger gets it to Collinsworth at the top of the key. Menninger was fouled on pass attempt. Weehee with the long 3. Hits the rim. Menninger had the offensive rebound. Ran into by Weehee. Hendricks comes the other way for Franklin. How is that not something? I don't understand. Even if you're going to call a flop, that's something. So Franklin pushes it up to 6. Willard brings it the other way. Gets it off to Weehee at the left elbow. Dane goes in. Dane has it knocked away by Samples. They're going to call foul on Samples from the backside there. That is Franklin's first foul of the second half in 9 minutes and 27 seconds. It's Samples' second foul of the game. Checking into the game for Franklin is Jalen Love. Cluxton finds Weehee. Weehee looking for Gardner in the post. Gets it off to Collinsworth at the top of the key. Dribble handoff back to Weehee. Cluxton looks for Weehee. Gets it back to Collinsworth. Cluxton for the deep 3. Bangs it in. Willard with his second three-pointer of the game. Big shot from Willard to keep the Lions in the game. Cuts the lead back to 3. Samples left-hand dribble to the top of the key. Gets it off to Love. Love to Deer. Deer with a 2-point shot. Comes up short. Weehee gets the rebound for the Lions. Gets it off to Cluxton. Lions thought about running for a second, but bring it back out. Collinsworth has the early seal. Double teamed. Yeah, he gets fouled for sure. Samples is gonna come down with or get his third foul. Quickly picking up 2 here in the second half. Collinsworth will go to the line to shoot a pair. Collinsworth, I think 78% free throw shooter on the year. Makes the first. Give Luke 10 for the game to go along with 4 boards. Collinsworth to shoot a second. Makes a second. Cuts the Franklin lead to 1. Bostic brings it up. Right-hand dribble picked up at half court by Cluxton. Cluxton, tight defense. Finds King in the corner. Crow gets it back off to Bostic. Gets it off to Love. Love looking to go off the dribble against Menninger. That's a good no call, I think, there in the corner. Samples going to work on Weehee. Little step back. It's a nice shot there by Samples. Franklin lead back 54-51. Weehee finds Gardner in the post. Gardner turns it over. Unable to get rid of the ball before the double team got there. Good double team there by Love. Crow comes up with the steal. Bostic goes the other way, now being guarded by Weehee. Gets it off to King. King looks for Bostic in the post, posting up on Willard. Crow goes to work on Gardner, gets it off to Love. Love misses. Cluxton comes on the rebound, races the other way. Lions have numbers if Cluxton can find his players in the post. Collinsworth gets it off to Weehee. Luke has a matchup here if he can find his way into the post against these smaller Franklin defenders. Being guarded by Samples right now. Goes to the bucket. Just misses the right-handed layup. Nice move there by Luke. Just unable to finish. Bostic gets it off the sample. Samples for three. Comes up short. That ball's going to stay with Franklin off of Evan Weehee. Checking back into the game is number 34, Hendricks. Hendricks checks in. Samples will take a seat. Bostic inbounds it to King. King to Crow. Crow thinks about the three. Thinks better. Gets it off to Bostic. Bostic has it knocked away from Cluxton. Ball finds the hands of King. Misses. Gardner comes down with the rebound for Mount St. Joseph. Coach Kerrigan barking out his orders to his point guard Cluxton. Tells him to slow down. Gets it off to Collinsworth. Collinsworth hands off to Cluxton. Cluxton to Manager. Manager had Luke on the flash. They do a good job of finding him in the post this time. That's a foul that they got away with. I mean, he fouled him 3 times on that same possession. And Luke will finally go to the line to shoot a pair. That'll take us to our under 8-minute media timeout. When we come back, Luke Collinsworth with a pair of free throws to try to cut the Lions' deficit. We'll be right back after this. All right, both teams return with the same lineup they had going into the timeout. Collinsworth is at the line to shoot a pair. Luke is 4 for 4 in the game. These are big free throws for the Lions here. Up and in. Cuts the Grizzlies' lead to 54-52 with 7:38 to play. Toes the line, second shot up. Rims out. King comes down with the rebound. Bostic brings it the other way, finds Hendricks. Hendricks being guarded by Weehee. Hendricks, the leading scorer in the game with 16, gets into the paint. Oh, that's a really good shot there. Not much you can do about that. Weehee defended it really well. Hendrick finds the front of the rim, and it just rolls up and in. Lead back to 4 for Franklin, 56-52. Collinsworth on the elbow. Hands it off to Manager. Manager to Weehee. Weehee to Gardner. Gets it back to Collinsworth in the low post. Collinsworth works around, gets the left hand up, misses it. Follows his own shot, gets a nice offensive rebound, puts it back right back up and in. Give Luke 14. Hendricks resets the offense for Franklin. Gets it to, I guess he doesn't get it to Crow. I thought he was going to pass it to Crow there. My apologies. Love gets it back to Crow. Top of the key. Thinks about passing it to Bostic. Goes to work in the post against Gardner. Fantastically defended. Weehee comes down with the rebound. Lines are running. Cluxton to Weehee. Weehee to Manager. Manager, nice head fake. Lays it up. Rims out. Love comes down with the rebound. Franklin. Another smart play there by Manager, even though the bucket didn't fall. Nice head fake. Oh, nice move there by Bostic. Little hezzy move. Willard just couldn't stay in front of him. Pushes the Franklin lead right back out to 4. Lions headed to 2, couldn't score. Weehee for 3, short. Hendricks comes down with the rebound. Hendricks is a fantastic athlete. He got up there. King with it. ISO against Collinsworth. Gets it off to Hendricks. Hendricks thinks about the three. That would have been a heat check three for him. Bostic gets it to King. King hands it off to Hendricks. Hendricks thinks about the three. Steady's going to go to work on Weehee. Behind the back. King going to pull the three. Misses. Hendricks taps it out to King. Hendricks 8 of 9 from the field, 18 points in the game, 2 of 3 from 3. Bostic around a screen from King. Goes to the rim. Lays it up and in and one. Came down hard on his back. Foul's going to go against Dane Gardner. That'll be Gardner's fourth, team fourth in the second half. Bostic came down really hard on his lower back there. I think he's going to be okay. He's at least going to stay in to shoot the free throws. Or the free throw, I guess. So, I think the issue is once the athletic trainer comes off the bench to check on Bostic, I think he has to leave the floor. Which would give Coach Kerrigan and the Lions the opportunity to select anyone else that's on the floor currently to shoot the free throw. And they will select Lynn King. King just a 55% free throw shooter on the year. 49 of 89. But he is 2 of 2 in this one. Franklin leads 60-54 with 5:22 to play. King up, misses it short. Gardner comes down with the rebound. Good choice there by Coach Kerrigan. Gardner quickly races up the floor, lays it up and in with the left hand. That's a big play by Dane Gardner going coast to coast. Something you don't see him do very often, but he is very capable of. Cuts the lead to 4 at 60-56 as we are just under 5 minutes to play here. Love gets it off to Crow. Crow back to Love. Love pulls from 3, misses it. Cluxton with a fantastic box out there on Hendricks. Hendricks shows him a little bit of love there too. Checking back in for Franklin is Jacob Deere as Love takes a seat, going a little offense for defense here, I think, for Coach Hamilton. Cluxton gets it off to Gardner. Gardner being guarded by King around a pair of picks. Dane has a shot at a wide-open layup. Doesn't realize it. Kohler gets it off to Weehee. Weehee to Gardner. Gardner being guarded by the smaller samples. Gardner tries to go over left shoulder. Gets it off to Kohler. Weehee back in. Gardner. It's not a travel. He was still dribbling. Like he hadn't even gathered it yet, and we got a travel call. So let's go down to turnover on Dane. His second. Hendricks gets it into Deere. Being guarded by Kratzer in the post. Deere goes over his left shoulder, lays it up, and then just buried Kratzer under the bucket. Pushes the lead back out 62-56 in favor of Franklin. So we get to just about 4 minutes to play. Kratzer at the elbow. Gets it back to Cluxton. Cluxton around a pick from Kratzer. Off to Kohler, back to Cluxton. Kohler for the deep three from the left elbow. Bangs it in. That's a big shot there by Jack Kohler. That's his first make of the evening. He was 0 of 5 from 3 going into that shot. Cuts the Lions deficit down to 3. 62-59. 3:45 to play. 3:40 now to play. Crow goes to work on Weehee. Lays it up and in. That's a really nice little stop and pop mid-range shot from Crow. Pushes the lead back to 5. Lions are going to have to get a stop. Continue to score. Got to find a stop. Weehee rejects the screen. Gets it off to Kratzer. Kratzer to Weehee. Weehee for 3. Bang! Evan Weehee. Big shot. Lions have hit threes on back-to-back possessions, but they have to get a stop. Lynn King gets it off to Crow. Crow being guarded by Weehee. Crow gets it to Samples. Samples to Deere. Deere, Hendricks in the post against Cluxton. Fantastic defense there by Willard. And then Kratzer comes down with the rebound. Lynn King thought he was fouled on that rebound attempt. Coach Kerrigan barking out orders. Cluxton, a round of pick from Gardner, looking to get the ball into the post to Gardner. Kohler throws it into Kratzer. Kratzer lays it up and in. Probably could have got a foul called on that one. Deere was in good position. I think he got him at the top, though. Ties it up, 64-64. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. Franklin will call a timeout. We'll give them just one left for the game. 64-64. 2 minutes and 34 seconds here to go in the second period. Let's quickly run through some of the scores. We just got the final from the women's game, 62-54 in favor of the Mount St. Joseph women. Keeps them alive for that number 3 seed in the HCAC tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this and you're interested, it is confirmed the Mount St. Joseph women will be hosting a first-round HCAC tournament game. Opponent to be determined at 7:30 on Tuesday here at the Harrington Center. So we'll wait to see who that opponent is. We'll know that on Friday. But big win for Coach Maisie Elston in her first season to get that Lions team who was picked to finish 9th in the HCAC, all the way to clinch at least 4th in the final standings. So that's a fantastic job there. For the Lions, quickly, 24-53, 45% from the field, 7 of 21 from 3, 33%, 69% from the free throw line. They are out rebounding Franklin 33-27. Turnovers 11 for the Lions, which isn't a crazy number, but only 6 for Franklin. Lions are being led by Luke Collinsworth, who has 14 points, but is on 4 of 14 shooting. He also leads the way with 6 rebounds. For Franklin, it has been Jack Hendricks off the bench with 18 big points, 8 of 10 shooting. Was 8 of 9 until he just missed that shot on the last possession. 2 of 3 from 3, 3 rebounds. Franklin has the ball tied up, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here. Hendricks has it, guarded by Cluxton. Denies a screen from Deere, tries to take Cluxton to the paint. Carter Crow from straight away. Rims out, nice rebound by Deere, lays it up and in. Kratzer was on his back, couldn't get around him. That's a really good play there by Jacob Deere. And Franklin comes back out in that press. Cluxton has 4 seconds to get it across the timeline, does. Collinsworth back to the scorer's table to check in at the next whistle. Weehee to Cluxton, top of the key, around a pick from Gardner. Back to Kratzer, top of the key, gets it to Weehee. Kratzer, up, in, bang, and one. Big play by Nate Kratzer. Big play. That's a good, he slipped the screen, and the Lions set so many ball screen actions, it's really hard to know when they're going to give it up or when they're going to stay. He's a little bit of direction from the officials to Franklin's bench. Kratzer going to try to convert the three-point play and give the Lions a lead. And he does. And Collinsworth checks back in for Nate. That was a big play there by Nate to give the Lions a lead again. That's something that you could see a lot of out of this young freshman the next 3 years. Franklin comes. They haven't trailed in a while. They're coming the other way. Hendricks gets it off to Deere. Deere to Samples. Samples to King, top of the key. Tries to get it off to Deere. Almost stolen by Collinsworth. Gets it back to King. King working on Gardner. Goes to work on Dane. There was a foul on the rebound attempt. I think the whole crowd wanted anyway, and they didn't get it. Collinsworth had it taken away from him. Deere takes it, lays it up and in. Franklin leads again, 68-67. Cluxton gets it to Collinsworth at the top. Gets it off to Weehee. Weehee gets it to Collinsworth. Collinsworth around a double, lays it up and in. Lions lead again. 1:10 to go here in the game. 1 point game. Just for the record, the possession arrow does favor Franklin should that come into play. Neither team near the bonus in fouls. We are under a minute to go here. 17 on the shot clock. Deere to Samples. Samples around a pick from Deere. Goes in, lays it up. Right hand. Deere comes down with another offensive rebound. That's a travel. Yeah, absolutely. He thinks he was fouled. I think he might be right, but he traveled before the foul was called for sure. The Lions have 48 seconds left, 30 on the shot clock. Coach Hamilton will get Love back into the game for Deere. Deere gave him really good minutes there at the end. 3 big offensive rebounds in the last 3 possessions to keep this game close. If the Lions come down with any of those 3, it's probably, or it has a good chance to be over at this point. Franklin with the pressure. He gets it right back to Gardner, and Gardner just quickly beats the press and gets a timeout. That'll leave the Lions with 1 timeout remaining. 44.2 to go here from the Harrington Center. 27 on the shot clock for the Lions. Lions lead 69-68. We'll be right back right after this. All right, we're back. Mount St. Joseph has the ball for the Lions. It's Weehee, Gardner, Collinsworth, Kohler, Cluxton. For Franklin, it's Samples, King, Hendricks, Flat, and Love. Weehee tries to get it in to Cluxton, can't, gets it off to Gardner. Gardner straight to the bucket, lays it off for Collinsworth. Up and in, and one, Big Luke. Fantastic play by Dane to get it there, and a fantastic finish by Luke. Give Luke 18 in the game and the biggest assist of the year so far to Dane Gardner. That was a fantastic play by Dane. I thought he was going to get blocked at the rim, and instead he lays it off. A really good play. So puts the Lions up 3. 71-68 with 37.9 to go. This free throw is huge for Luke Collinsworth. Franklin makes a couple of subs. Gets a little more offense on the floor. Collinsworth up and makes it, give the Lions a 4-point lead. This is where Samples is going to race it across and call a timeout. 34.7 to go on the game clock. 27 to go on the play clock. And Franklin calls their final timeout of the game. Again, the possession arrow does favor Franklin. But what doesn't favor them is even if they score, they have only committed 5 fouls a game, so it's going to take some time off the clock for sure to get the Lions back to the free throw line. They have to commit a pair of fouls to get the Lions to the free throw line. So Coach Hamilton is drawing something up for Franklin here. If it's me, you got to go quick and just get a bucket and see what happens. Matthew Menninger just checks in for Mount St. Joseph, which is probably a smart play as he's a fantastic defender. He'll probably come in to guard Carter Crow is my guess. Crow is Franklin's leader by far. Not tonight, but on the year. For Franklin tonight, the leader is Hendricks. Bostic, who is currently not in the contest after that fall early, has 16. And Deere has 12, including 6 boards. And the 3 boards in the last minute and a half on the offensive end to keep Franklin in this ball game. Franklin will inbound side out just right of the scorer's table here on the near side. Crow to inbound. Wouldn't be shocked if he gets this inbounds and tries to get it right back. Gets it into Samples. Samples to Hendricks. Hendricks. They're trying to get Hendricks to go to work on Cluxton. Cluxton knocks it away. Gets the steal. Menninger gets it off to Luke. Luke racing the other way. Lays it up and in. Probably could have got another foul call. Lions are now up 6 with 17 to go. Samples pulls from straightaway, misses the three. Collinsworth comes down with the rebound. It's quickly fouled. 12 seconds to go. Lions lead by 6. That's King's fifth foul. Or not fifth foul, I apologize. Third foul. Team 6th. Gardner to inbound. Franklin with a couple of subs. Love comes back in for defense. Get the inbound here. Gardner finds Kohler. Kohler is trapped in the corner. And they call a pretty quick foul there. They had a shot at a steal there. Get the foul to Kohler. Sends our best shooter to the line. Kohler bangs in the first, pushes the Lions lead out to 7. Brandon Barber checks in. Give Luke a big round of applause there for a fantastic effort by Luke Collinsworth, helping to will this team to a victory. Kohler makes the second. Lions lead 76-68. Final 10 seconds of the game. King pulls from deep, misses. Kohler comes down with the rebound. That'll be the ball game. Mount St. Joseph wins 76-68 here in the final game this season in the Harrington Center. It's a good way to end it here in the regular season. They do have one more contest. They will go to Hanover on Friday, which that game always has a lot of meaning for Coach Kerrigan, who's a Hanover grad, going to play with against his old teammate and Coach Miller over there with the Panthers. We'll be right back in a few minutes, hopefully with Coach Kerrigan and Luke Collinsworth joining us for one final time here in the Harrington Center. We'll be right back right after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll quickly go through the totals as we're waiting for Coach Kerrigan and Luke to come up and join us. For the Mount, 76 points on 28 of 57 shooting, 7 of 21 from 3. 13 of 17 from the free throw line, 35 boards, out-rebounding Franklin by 5, 13 offensive rebounds, 8 fouls committed. Luke Collinsworth led the way with 21 points, 7 boards, adding 3 assists and a block. For Franklin, it was Jack Hendricks who led the way with 18 points. They had 68 total, 30 of 65 from the field, 5 of 19 from 3, only 3 of 5 from the free throw line. That's a big difference in the ballgame. Lions attacked the rack and were able to shoot a whole lot more free throws. 30 rebounds led by Lynn King, who was just below his 8.5-point average with 8. They had 14 offensive rebounds, which was a big deal. Deere and King each with 4 offensive rebounds. No technicals in the game. Turnovers, each team with 16, or points off turnovers, I apologize. Each team with 16. Lions had 11 turnovers. Franklin 8. Both teams with 6 steals. The biggest leads of the contest, Franklin with their 6-point lead with 10:57 to go in the second half. The Mount, the 12-point lead early in the first. Franklin went on an 11-point scoring run. The Mount with a 9-point scoring run to finish it. Their best run of the game was right there at the end. In the game, there were 5 lead changes. The score was tied twice. Lions led for 28 minutes and 56 seconds of this contest. Didn't feel like that as you watched the game. Franklin played really well there for the first 10 minutes or so of the second half, and it looked like they were going to run away and hide from the Lions for a second, and they were able to. The Lions were able to get back in it. A couple of big threes by Willard Cluxton, who finished with 8 points, 4 rebounds. And probably one of the clutch moments of the game was the big stop on Hendricks when they were up 1. Franklin called an isolation for Hendricks, who was unconscious in the game, 8 of 10 at that point, and Cluxton did a really good job of shutting that down. Willard's a very, very adept defender when he needs to be. Still waiting on Coach Kerrigan and Luke to join us. We'll be right back as soon as they are here. All right, we're back here. We're back with Luke Collinsworth. Luke, last game in the Harrington Center this year, man. Fantastic game. 21 points, 7 boards. Looked like you struggled a little bit there, like in the middle of the game, and then you got hot there at the end. What was the key?
Shots started falling, and I thought I didn't.
Keep talking.
Shots started falling, and I thought I didn't rush anything. I didn't force anything. I thought I let the game come to me, so I thought that's why I played better towards the end of the game.
I agree. How about that pass from Dane on
that was a dime. That was a huge
maybe
play.
The best play of the game.
That was a huge play. That was a great play to switch the momentum and get us the win.
They did a really good job on the offensive boards,
yes.
And it seemed like late there in the game you did a really good job of Deer's a fantastic offensive coach, King. So
Yeah.
what was the key to being able to stop those guys on the boards?
I gave up a couple there at the end, which I got to get better at. But I think the biggest part is just getting a body on them and pushing them away from the basket so they can't go over your back and tip it. So I think that's the biggest part, and I got to work on that a little bit because I gave up a couple towards the end of the game there.
Luke, fantastic game, man. Fun to watch you play, buddy.
Thank you.
We're going to change the way we do this for you. I'm just going to hold it, and we'll both talk into it. It's acting weird. All right, so Coach Kerrigan, you guys in a tough spot, man. When you get eliminated, it can go really bad really quickly. Your kids showed a ton of fight tonight.
I just told them we had 5 more opportunities to try to get better. So we had a good practice yesterday. They came out, had it started good, so they were ready to go. So that's good to see, man.
When you got a young group, it really, you know, obviously Ed and Luke, something you haven't had here in a while, a big that can score it the way he does. What does that do for your offense? How easy can it make it on other guys?
Well, yeah, you change the way you do some things offensively, but he's gotten better all year about getting it out too, like throwing it out of the post, handling doubles. So he'll keep getting better at that. I mean, I told him he's going to be double the rest of his career. I told him that after probably the first game. So he'll get better at it the more he has to deal with it.
I made a comment about that early in the game. There was a couple spots early where he kicked it before they had a shot to get the double. He get that cross-court skip pass, and we didn't get a shot off of it, but you can see it starting to turn for him a little quicker.
Yeah, for sure. When he starts doing that, now you got, you make some outside shots.
Yeah.
You got to decide what you're going to do. So.
And I think, your other big, Kratzer, has a shot to be a really good player in our system.
No, he's from day one to what he's doing now. Like, that was a big and one. I told him, I said, if you would have got that rebound down there, he'd still be out there. He said, I know. So he's gotten better every day.
Yeah, you have a really young team. Obviously, you lose the 3 seniors. There's a lot to be optimistic about for the future of your basketball team.
Yeah, but like you said at the beginning, you got 2 choices. You can come out here and lay down, or you can keep playing and try to get better. We chose the latter, so that was good to see, for sure.
I completely agree. It seems like your guys have a lot of fight tonight, and hopefully they have it again on Friday night at Hanover. I know that one always means a little more to you.
Yeah. We'll try to get that one too.
Thank you, Coach. All right, from the Harrington Center, this has been Blake Watson, Mount St. Joseph Sports Information Director. Thank you for joining us on our final broadcast of men's basketball from here inside the Harrington Center. We will be back on Friday night with the women's game. Dave Mitchell, thankfully, will have that call because I have been trying really hard to fill his shoes when he's not here, but I can't do what he does. So, Dave, if you're watching, thank you for everything you do, buddy. And that's me signing off. Have a good night, everybody.